pushing too hard, and asking for too much too soon. Do you think this is because of abandonment issues? Stayed too long. Yep, and not going for the clean break. Definitely a lesson learned. After I was sad, I fell into self-harming and being self-destructive, hitting my head against the walls of the shower, scratching and digging my nails into my skin till I drew blood, tried to cause death, seemed like it was the only way to make all the pain go away. My GF put up with all of my s*** as lovingly and kindly as she could, took as much time as she could from work to be with me, dealt with me not wanting to be touched or intimate at all for almost a year. But I regret putting her through that. She made a lot of sacrifices for me, and I will always love her for that. She kept me alive. But she shouldn't have had to do that. I hope you are doing better. Idealizing them. It's one thing to think about possibilities of you and them, but to get lost in that thought without seeing the reality of the relationship is really dangerous. It made me susceptible to manipulation and abuse, because in my mind, this isn't the man I was with. In my idealized version of him, he's capable of being soft and sweet. Also, letting them idealize you feels real good when someone is smitten with you, but there's a certain level where ya gotta tell them to pump their brakes. That you're too cool for me in an admiring tone sounds sweet, and it's easy to say no you are, but like that's the kind of thing that needs a real boundary setting. It's not a compliment to put a partner above yourself. It's not abusive either, it's just not healthy or to be romanticized. Giving too much and ignored the fact I was receiving too little. Yep. The last 6 months of my relationship was totally one-sided. I put in all the effort and he had all the power. Although it was tough, I'm glad he broke up with me because I deserve someone who will put in an equal amount of effort. And so do you. Trying too hard to make them change their mind when they said it's over. I have never ever begged for anything in a relationship. I'm the type that's like, yep, we're done here. Okay, cool, thanks, bye. The one time I actually tried to fight to save something I really truly believed, and I was left rejected and feeling humiliated. Next time someone tells me it's over, then it's back to okay, cool, bye. I won't ever humiliate myself like that again. I'm in this boat and resisting the urge to reach out. I read on Wiki how to wait a month and let myself process. I'm just finding all these women having the same experience. Not working harder, sooner, on my anger issues that were the worst with him. We didn't fall out love, but he couldn't deal with the explosiveness anymore. I don't blame him. Yeah, same. Lost a good relationship because I was too all over the place. They said they were cool with it until they weren't. Being petty. If she doesn't call, why should I call? If she doesn't show any effort, why should I show effort, etc. Instead of clearly communicating your expectations and or desires in a relationship, we made it a contest of who won more arguments. An obvious recipe for disaster, but I only learned the lesson after it was already over. Yep, been there. There's no place for pettiness in a happy long-term relationship. I spent a lot of money on him that I should have saved or invested. I hear that. Trusting him when my gut said not to. So much this. I will never listen to anyone telling me I'm being paranoid ever again. If it smells fishy to you, then you got to start looking for the dead fish, not put up air fresheners and a clothes peg on your nose. I woke up every day and told myself I'm going to make my marriage work today. He was abusing me in every conceivable way, but I was sure that it was my fault, and if I just tried hard enough, I could make it work and fix everything. I wasted way too many years with that asshole. Oh, hey, same story. I tried so hard, gave him everything he asked for, gave him every ounce of energy, and got nothing in return except trauma, trust issues, and low self-esteem. I was never enough for him, no matter how hard I tried. For me, realizing I was being abused has been the hardest thing to swallow. Only just began working through this in therapy. Emotional and financial abuse do a real number on your heart. Not being on medication. I was completely and utterly selfish, and I regret with every fiber of my being how I treated my partner. Never again. taking everything out on them when in the midst of my mental illness. Kept it in the closet. She has passed away, and I wish I could just talk to her one more time. Okay, here's something juicier. I dated a musician for a year. We had a beautiful thing. Then he wasn't calling as much because of his music life, and I dumped him because I was getting frustrated by the lack of attention and focus on sex. I never stopping thinking about him. For a couple of years we avoided each other because we said mean hurtful things during the breakup. We made up over some cavity in a tippy at a party. Just talked and clarified things. It was chill. Then he died in a fire with his new girlfriend, and I mourned him with the woman he was married to when we dated and my boyfriend. We were poly. I regret my anger interfering with a couple of years with one of the only genuine people ever. This is so sad. I often said sorry when I should have said "fu" or just leave. Oh, I struggle with this so badly. I wonder if the girl who donated her kidney to her cheating boyfriend has read it. Begged for a man back that broke up with me. Never again. Feel this. Moved in after 2 months. Relationship ended shortly after that. He ran me out of my money. I let my alcoholism because my priority. I don't know how that relationship ended because I never received closure besides I'm not doing the long distance thing, but I'm sure my alcoholism had something to do with it. I haven't had hard liquor since May 17, 2018, so I can say for sure that I'll never be that ugly again. Congratulations on 4 years. I didn't heal myself first, but to be fair, I didn't recognize that I needed it, so I guess bringing my broken self into a relationship. I feel the same way. I was diagnosed with vulvodynia/vaginismus a year before I got into my current relationship. I should have researched my condition more and started to heal and come to terms with it before bringing another person into that space. It was so difficult because the condition affected my sex life and mental health greatly, and some mistakes were made on my partner's end because he has a higher libido and at the time was immature and did not know how to process it. We both have grown so much after being together for 3.5 years, but I think we could have avoided a lot of hurt and frustration if I would have stayed single longer and waited and focused on myself first. Oversharing my past. Did someone weaponize it against you? I'm sorry. People suck. Not standing up for myself, not enforcing my boundaries when they were tested, not leaving sooner and giving them a chance when I knew I was unhappy. Saying things I shouldn't have out of anger. Me too. Bringing up things from 20 years ago. Ignored red flags. Accepting too much. Being emotionally abused way too much. And when I was a lot younger than I'm now, cheating. I was very immature once. Got too much emotionally involved, without reciprocity from the other side. Not talking about a romantic relationship, a familial relation rather. Any damn relationship. Cheating. They mistreated me but it still doesn't excuse what I did. 100% same. Sexual acts I didn't truly want. I thought that being in a relationship meant making sacrifices. It does, but these sacrifices should never be in the bedroom. I'm okay with anal now, but that's only because I only do it when I'm really craving it now and not forcing myself to do it despite what mood I'm in or not in. Anal you're not 100% gung-ho for rarely goes well. You don't ever have to be okay with it if you don't want it. And it's wrong for a guy to push you to do something that's painful or humiliating or uncomfortable. You're allowed to say no. I had to learn this too. And I'm still mad at myself for not telling him to piss off. Put their needs and feelings before my own. Now I've given my all to people who don't care about me anymore, and I'm left not knowing myself. It happened so fast. One day you're a princess, the next you can't think a single thought because this dude has taken up every moment of your existential energy. Tried to stay and forgive after cheating, even though I didn't have the emotional strength. Same. And then he dumped me anyway lol.